What about traveling parents of fur babies? We want to talk a little bit about traveling with your pet. This is Murphy, who I think should be the next mayor of Toronto.
Yes.
Murphy for mayor!
Greatest
That's the hashtag
ever.
I have started. Murphy is like so perfectly well behaved. Either way, though, you need to know the rules when it comes to traveling with your pets.
Yeah, if you plan to travel with your pets, especially with the holidays coming up so quickly, you really do have to prepare now. There's lots of things to think about. Don't wait for the last minute. Don't try and do this on a whim.
Right.
So,
you got a plan.
Yeah, got a plan. Okay, so first, if you're flying with your dog, let's say you're flying with him in the cabin, you've got a little guy like Murphy.
Yeah.
You have to check what airlines take dogs.
Right.
Most airlines do nowadays, but what you may not know is there's a maximum number of dogs allowed on each flight.
Ah.
So very commonly it's 2 dogs per plane in my experience. Yeah. So if you have yet to book your flights and you want to take your dog with you or your cat on the plane, you need to book them now to ensure that there's room on that flight for them, because that may be something you don't even realize that the pet capacity is full.
They went to capacity, so book now.
Book now.
Early.
Book now, book now, book now. For sure, if that's something that's important to your holiday plans.
Yes.
Then their carrier, what are they going to be in?
Right.
Get the carrier now, especially, hi.
Like
just all of a sudden looked up. You're talking about my carrier? Get the carrier now, because if they're not used to being in a carrier, you want to give them time, put it open in the house so they can come and go. This is Murphy's carrier that he's got.
Very chic.
Yes, very chic. Well, that's one of my points. I'm not going to lie that I was very tempted to go get a fabulous designer dog carrier, because they do make them, and they're very, very expensive, but nothing but the best for Murphy.
Right.
And me. Anyway, I looked into them. I'm glad I really did the homework, because none of them that I was interested in or could find fit the airline requirements.
Okay.
So I would have spent all this money on it, and he wouldn't have been able to go on the plane with them. So what do I need a carrier for? So, so I'm glad I didn't. So I found one. I'm very happy with the look of this one. It's really good. He's used to it, is the point. He's used to the carrier. He's not intimidated by it, and it fits underneath the plane. Every airline has their own requirements, their own shapes and sizes and weight.
Yeah.
I could rattle off what they are now, but by the time this airs, they could very well change. So do your homework and try and go a little bit less than what you would want. So if you're Canadian, maybe look up Porter, WestJet, and Air Canada at the very least, and take an average of that.
Does Murphy sit with you in the carrier on the plane?
Yes, he does. He has to fit underneath the seat.
Got it.
And so it's a 20-pound maximum, including the carrier, and he's only 12, so it's no problem. He's not allowed out during the flight, though.
Right.
So the pet has to be comfortable with staying in there for however long that flight is.
Got it.
So do all that homework now. That's the stuff you have to do in advance.
Yeah.
When you're packing for them, pack their own bag. So you know they've got all their stuff in one spot. If you need, their bowls, or you need a treat, or you need something like that, you know where to go get it. Just like you pack a separate suitcase for one of your kids.
For sure.
Pack a little bag. This happens to be Murphy's bag. Pack a little bag for him.
Right.
If you're going to another country, figure out what documents you need. Do you need to prove that there's certain shots? Are there some shots that are by law needed in that area of the world versus here in Canada?
Yeah.
So make sure you've done your homework on that. Here's something I love that's a little extra. This is a brand new product out. It's actually a GPS tracker. Can you see this on his collar? It looks like a little bow tie.
It's beautiful, actually.
I know, it comes in a bunch of colors, and I want to get the name right. Wonder Woof. It's brand new, and it's a GPS tracker. Here's why I recommend it for traveling. Yeah. If you're taking him somewhere, a family member's house, a hotel, it doesn't matter. If he, God forbid, gets out, and your cat or your dog wanders away, you can real time on your phone track where he is and find him.
That is
so, because a lot of pets, when they're not from the area, they'll get confused, and sometimes they'll wander away.
They don't know where they're going.
Big dogs especially. So this can track them. It's also good for every day, because it's almost like a Fitbit for dogs, so you can see how much exercise they're getting and stuff. So it's not just that in dog walkers, if they're taking them out and for how long and stuff like that. So you can keep tabs on your little one too, but I really like it for traveling, specifically city dog going to the country, something like that. And then bring something familiar like, a blanket, like one of their blankets with their own smells that they know they know that in their home or wherever they are for the holidays, they'll feel comfortable.
Right.
And wherever they are, whether it be a hotel or not. And hotels have, if you have to book a hotel, some hotels out there have the most fabulous amenities. We've stayed in places with dog room service menus, the heavenly beds. Yeah. Oh, yes, he loved it. Of course he had it. Of
course
he loved
he
it.
ordered room
There's like
service.
pet massage, there's pet acupuncture, there's pet beds. The Westin hotels do the heavenly beds for the people. They've made them for the dogs.
What?
Oh, they do really fabulous dog walkers.
on in here, guys.
All sorts of great programs. So if you're booking a hotel,
do your research and
do
figure
it
out the
and really
ones
make
that
the
are going to be
most.
pet friendly.
Yeah, make the most.
Hey, Shahir, I almost didn't recognize you there.
We had a little fashion session backstage.
What a pretty sweater you have on.
left out.
And the necklace.
Thank you.
Listen, you can have a lot of fun traveling with your pet. You just have to make the arrangements. How did this dog get so perfect? I'm going to ask you for parenting tips when we get in the show because that dog couldn't be better.